Yes, 1 Timothy 3:16. That's the one where it says, God was manifested in the flesh. That's if you're reading the King James Bible. It's said in King James, and I'll tell you the subtlety of that. Now, actually, if you want to think in terms of what you believe, that's not necessarily wrong. The personality of the Father is expressed in the Son. You believe that, right? If you've seen me, you've seen God. Jesus said that. You see me. So I could live with that, possibly. God was manifested in the flesh, but it tends to suggest this pre-existence incarnation idea, doesn't it? God was manifested as a human being. Here's the subject. In the King James you'll find that. In no modern translation will you find it. In no modern translation will you find it. Now don't for a moment think that you've got to hash and parse every verse in the Bible. You haven't. These are very exceptional but very significant verses. 1 Timothy 3:16 in the King James reads, God was manifested in the flesh. Every modern translation has changed that. And they've changed it to He who was manifested in the flesh. Not God. He who, referring to Jesus, He who was manifested as a human being. He was. You saw Him as a human being. And so on. Now, that's very clever. Because in the Greek language, you know this from your Greek, maybe in college, your fraternities and so on, the letter for TH, theta in Greek, Theta, looks like this, a big circle like an O, with a little line through the middle. You recognize that letter maybe? Theta, it's a big circle with a little line in the middle. And the Greek for he who, which is what all your modern translations have, he who was manifested in the flesh, which appears in all the best and oldest manuscripts, he who. He who in Greek is simply the circle with no line through it. All a scribe had to do was to take that circle, meaning he who, which is in all of your modern translations correctly, because the vast majority of the oldest manuscripts have it. They have he who, they don't have God. All a scribe had to do was to put a little line there in that O and turn the word he who into God. And I'm afraid that's what happened. A scribe, if he's not doing his job well, say, well, couldn't I push this a little bit to make it sound like the incarnation? And he did. Happily, all of that's been discovered by scholars. You can simply look back and see that the manuscripts which are much older and more widely spread, the King James people didn't have those manuscripts. When they translated the King James in 1611, they hadn't been discovered. They've discovered a lot of very old manuscripts since that time. So we're not going to blame the King James people, but modern scholars have gotten that right. So all of your modern versions, I think we can confirm that if you've got an NASU at 1 Timothy 3:16, you're not going to read God who was manifested, you're going to read He who was manifested in the flesh. Os, as distinct from theos. This is in all the commentaries, public information, your study Bible notes will tell you about this. So, you see the subtlety then of the devil trying to twist us into something that isn't quite right. Our Jesus is definitely human, but miraculously conceived.